Hello fans, welcome to Center Court, Upstate Basketball Insider, our weekly in-depth look at the Upstate basketball program. Jason Patterson alongside head coach Eddie Payne. And coach, it's good to be coming off a win. You start things off here at home in a very positive manner.
It was a good win. I thought, always there's things that you'd like to see go differently, but I thought we shared the ball. We made a lot of mistakes defensively, but we didn't turn the ball over but 12 times. We didn't take a lot of bad shots. We took probably a little too many threes, but they were all open looks. I mean, they really were. And we ended up shooting 33 1/3%. We make two more, we're at 40. That's what I'd like to see us get at this year, 40%. But rebounded the ball well, and all in all, a lot of guys played, a lot of guys contributed. It was a good way to start.
Let's take a look at the highlights from the opener. The Spartans post 78 points and start 1-0 in the 2014-2015 season with a win over Florida A&M.
Well, it's certainly good to open the season with a win. I was real pleased with most everything about the atmosphere. We had a great crowd. They were enthusiastic. Our players were enthusiastic. You always like to play a little bit better, but I thought we did a really good job in general. We got to get better in a lot of things, but overall, it was a pretty good performance. Ty had a really good first half. He stayed patient throughout the game, didn't force things. Then in the second half, Fred hit a couple threes, and then Mike had some nice plays and finishes around the basket. So all in all, it was a good performance. Everybody that played contributed, and that's the way it's going to have to be for us to win. And we're going to have to really spread the wealth and just continue to get better defensively.
You just got to take what the defense gives you. We play as a team. We love each other. I'm not going to be out there just jacking up shots just to do it. And then, you just got to be patient. You got guys like Fred and Mario who, they'll find you when you're opened. And, the shots will come throughout the course of the game. So the biggest thing is just to stay patient. I knew that my teammates, they would find me. And, I just lucky enough to knock down a few shots. And the rim got pretty big. And, it was a good little flurry for our team. And, any way you can help, that's going to be good. And I think it gave us a pretty good spark.
Really the same thing we were doing all game, just sharing the ball, not sticking. Somebody's open, hit them, just keep moving and stuff. That's what we was working on in practice, so that's what we try to carry over into the game.
You expect Ty and Mario, and Fred to make plays and do things, but, Mike stepped up. Quez had some good minutes. Damon had some good minutes. Kareem had a couple nice plays. We were 10 for 30 from the arc. And I'd say 80% of them were uncontested. They were good shots, and that's kind of what we're doing. We're kind of designing it so we can get those kind of shots. And when we're making a high percentage, we're gonna beat some people. And then as the game wore on, then we were able to get the ball inside a little bit more to Mike, and he was able to finish some plays. 19 offensive rebounds, very good. And in the first half, I thought Josh gave us the energy. He kept the ball alive, and then after that, that kind of fed off guys. We got a lot of secondary rebounds off of tips, and that's encouraging to see guys following the ball like that.
So as you can see, many bright spots from the home opener. You talked about some of the things you did well. One thing, offensive rebounding, which was really a positive for your team.
Yeah, I think we were struggling along there early, and then Josh Cutherson came in and gave us a big energy boost and kept balls alive. We got a lot of secondary rebounds, tip balls, which is indicative of our team, following the ball and guys being engaged and not watching and and we have to get a lot of those kind of balls. I consider those 50-50 type balls in order for us to win. So that was good to see, the energy that they exhibited on the offensive glass.
You talk about Josh Cuthbertson. He was just one of many newcomers that you were able to put on the floor, and they were able to really show some positive things. The newcomers were a big difference in the basketball game down the stretch.
Yeah, I thought that Mike Buchanan gave us some good minutes, and and Seanquez Stevens and Josh, for that matter, all of them are not necessarily newcomers, but they certainly are newcomers in their role on this team, and they all performed well. And then we had, I thought Fred and Mario and Ty did a really good job as the veterans they are, but then Jake Schulte gave us quality minutes off the bench. Damian Goodwin was a little nervous, I thought, but in the second half he played a whole lot better. Ramel Tompkins did a nice job. So we had a number of guys that stepped in there and did a really good job for us.
You mentioned Mike Buchanan. He gives you quite a presence inside, and the way he was able to trim down and really take his game to another level in the offseason was clear in game number 1.
Well, he had to lose weight. He just couldn't be effective at the weight he was, and give him credit. He's done that. Now we got to make sure he doesn't gain it back. Last year during the season, he gained a little weight, so but that makes him a little more active, a little bit better stamina, and he did some nice things. And I think he's the kind of guy that can do those types of things against bigger players as well. He's got a nice knack for that, and. In the first half they were double teaming him a little bit. He held on to the ball a little bit too long, but he got a little more comfortable as time went on. One good thing about our team, they're all willing to pass the ball. I didn't really realize until post game with the media, but Ty Green scored 16 points in a row, which I thought was awful good. But what I really liked about it is our team kind of recognized that and got him the ball without being told to. So that was a very good development. And then in the second half, we really spread it around and moved the ball a whole lot better.
We talked about the newcomers and the new roles for guys like Quez and Cuthbertson, but really it was your 3 seniors that stepped up once again. You mentioned Ty Green. Fred Miller had a couple of big threes for you down the stretch, and Mario handling the basketball. Those 3 helped lead the way.
Yeah, we already talked about Ty. Mario, 5 assists, 1 turnover. He got the ball from point A to point B faster than he's ever done in his career, and that's something we've really emphasized, pushing the ball at people, getting really aggressive in transition, making good decisions on the back end. He did that very well. Fred hit 2 threes early in the second half to stretch the lead out, and Fred does a really good job on the backside of our matchup defense, and so all those guys really played solid and provided a little sense of calm and with their experience.
The preseason all-conference selection, Ty Green, led the way with 16 points, and he is standing by right now as we give you our Get to Know Your Spartans segment.
If I could be any animal, I would be a lion because he's the king of the jungle. When I was young, I wanted to do anything my dad wanted to do or I wanted to be a professional athlete. The 2 people that have most influenced my life are my dad and my mom. My dad taught me basically everything I know about sports and life and my walk with Jesus. My mom just taught me just unconditional love for everybody. My favorite quote, and it's my life verse, is Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. My favorite student athlete not on the basketball team would be Ellen Bright on the women's soccer team and Ian Farrell on the baseball team. Ellen has been an FCA leader with me this is year 3. We've gone on some overseas mission trips, and Ian, I live vicariously through him and his baseball because I miss baseball. If I could have any superpower, it would be the power of flight, like Superman. It looks pretty sick when he takes off like that. My dream vacation would be to go to the Maldives. Favorite moment at Upstate on the court is when we beat Belmont at home on a game-winning shot and a lot of the students rushed the court, as well as when we beat Lipscomb at Lipscomb and I was lucky enough to hit a game-winning shot that got on SportsCenter top 10 plays. An actor that would play me in a movie about myself would either be Sunshine from Remember the Titans or Ryan Gosling. I've been told I look like both of them. If I could sing one song on The Voice of American Idol, it would be Latch by Sam Smith. If I was any box of cereal, I would be Wheaties, because it's the breakfast of champions.
Welcome back to Center Court. The women's college basketball season now underway, and after a trip through the entire state of Iowa, it's got to be good to be back here in Spartanburg. Coach Tammy George.
It's very good to be back. We had a good trip, safe trip, got back safe, so it's good to be back and looking forward to continue playing.
I know the opener did not go quite like you had hoped, but it was easy to see why the Iowa Hawkeyes are one of the top teams in the country, ranked 19th. And your team responded pretty well. You had some bright spots, including Coco Ritter, who was as advertised with 11 points in the second half.
Yeah, it was game opener for us, and they're a very good basketball team, ranked number 19th in the country. And we had some good moments. We focused on ourselves and just built some positives from it. So again, they are a very good basketball team, but we're looking forward to continuing growing from that experience that we got there.
And how about Coco Ritter? What does she bring to the table for you?
She's just a big presence inside. Again, Starling is coming along. She's had a few injuries early on, but she's getting back to getting healthy, and she's just gaining very valuable experience, getting some playing time early, and did a good job inside for us.
Then you go across the state, take on the Iowa State Cyclones. The game a little tighter. You did some things much better, eliminated some of the turnover issues. You get 25 from Charmaine Edwards, her career high, and Starling also pulled down 12 boards for you. So some improvement from game one to game two. Definitely.
We shot much better against Iowa State. We was able to put the ball in the basket, and it kind of got our energy and our effort going a little bit better. Again, another great basketball team. But again, we did see some very good bright spots from Charmaine, career high, and then Brittany Starling pulled down a double-double. That's pretty much what we expect out of her. But it was good to see that. Good to see two people come out and play really well for us.
If you had to pick one thing that you feel like that early season trip did for your team, what would it be?
I think just being able to compete with a team like Iowa State was a moral victory for us. Again, a very good basketball team. And it's still early on for us. We're still trying to find our way and who we are and trying to develop our roles. So it was really good. It was a moral victory for us just to be able to go out and compete against them.
Now we'll take a look back at your home opener against Converse with highlights and your thoughts following the contest. Coach Tammy George just saw her team pick up their first win of the 2014-2015 season. You take the home opener, Coach, and it's got to feel good to get that first one under your belt, 78-50 over the Converse Valkyries.
Yeah, it feels good to be at home, obviously. Coming back from Iowa, the trip and all that, it was good to be home. Felt like we had a little bit of jet lag layover maybe, but we pulled away with a win. And it is good to get a win, no matter where it is or what it is. It was a good win for us.
You have a number of players in double figures tonight. It speaks to how unselfish your team played.
Yeah, I think we are a very unselfish team and we're very balanced. I think at any given night anybody could lead us in scoring, and that's the good thing about our players is that we have enough talent. Somebody different every night could lead us in scoring.
Charmaine Edwards did lead you in scoring with 14, following up that 25-point performance out in the state of Iowa. She's really playing well for you in the early part of the season.
She is, and she's hard to guard. She can pull up off the shot. She can take you off the dribble. She's a very complete player, and she's hitting the three ball. So she's playing very well. We hope she's getting a lot of experience. As her senior year, she's making the most of it.
Travonda Haddock with a career high 12 boards. She was really taking care of the glass for you. How important was her play?
That's her. That's little things that she can do for us. She's very athletic, and that was one thing we talked about at halftime is get some rebounds and get we need 5 people crashing the boards, and she did a good job. It's pure desire. She goes and gets it.
Solid building block for you moving forward. What did you say to them after their first win of the year?
Just congratulations. It's like any win's a good win right now, and you just got to continue to get better and better with each game.
Congratulations to you, Coach. All the best going forward.
Thank you.
Those are thoughts of head coach Tammy George. 78-50, the final. Upstate picking up their first victory of the year over Converse. And now you look ahead to a game on Sunday, right back here in the Hodge Center against IPFW. That is Indiana Purdue University, Fort Wayne, for those who don't know, and it should be quite a basketball game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very good basketball game. Just a little bit that I know about them. They're a very good basketball team. Had some big wins last year. It'd be nice to have them, obviously be at home. They opened up against Illinois and had a good stance, played them really tight. So it should be a good basketball game.
And another important game for the fans to come out and fill up the Hodge Center for you.
Definitely. We'd love to have everybody come out and fill it up for us.
Well, thanks, Coach. All the best this coming weekend and as you continue to dive into the 2014-2015 season.
Thank you.
Those are thoughts of head coach Tammy George. Women's basketball underway. We're back with more of Center Court right after this.
People know you and they get to know you on a personal level and they know your abilities.
And this is really a place where I have seen, and I mean this is a place where I've seen students come here and really try to figure out who it is that they are.
Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? And I think every college kid go through that. But being here at Upstate and being a part of so many different programs, I know what my purpose is. And I can say that with confidence.
You don't get lost in the crowd at Upstate.
USC Upstate is a place where people can discover themselves.
And we welcome you back for our Inside the Game segment with head coach Eddie Payne. And Coach, there was a moment in the second half of the opener that you felt like really was a perfect type possession for your team. Break it down for us.
Well, the ball was out of bounds underneath our basket. We got it in. I think we made 11 passes. We had guys take dribbles, 3 different dribbles to improve their passing angles. The ball never touched the floor. It never stuck. It went inside out, reverse, back inside, back out. Finally, a penetration and pitch to Ty. He reversed it a second time to Josh in the corner, and he had a wide open look, but he missed it. But I told our team yesterday, to me, that's a perfect possession. And even though he didn't make it, I said, we're going to give everybody that was on the floor an assist on that play.
And if you get yourself in position like that, you're not as worried about the result as you are the opportunity.
If you execute like that, you're going to make a lot of shots, you know, and the fact that we didn't make it really was inconsequential. It was the way we want to play, and they did a great job of it.
Get that done regularly, and the percentages are going to be in your favor, no doubt.
Right. That's right.
Let's talk about your team and where their health is after a couple of games under your belt now as we look at the Spartanburg Regional Injury Report. Anybody banged up for you at this moment?
No. You know, we got the, as I've said before, a little hurts here and there, a little back, a little ankle. Ramel Tompkins really recovered very, very fast from an ankle injury in practice and played a pretty good game against Florida A&M. So, you know, we're in good shape health-wise.
For this week's special feature, let's check in with Alex Love, who has students around campus imitating their favorite celebrities.
I'm here in the Sub Connection on campus with Sam Kaiser. Sam, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. So we just had our Week 1 game against Florida A&M. What were your thoughts about that game?
Well, watching on ESPN3, it was great. All the guys came out. I saw it was a full student section. I couldn't even get a ticket. Great way to start the season.
I'm Alex Love, right outside the Sandellas with the Center Court Show, here with my friend Kiana. Kiana, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. So Upstate just came off their Week 1 game against Florida A&M. What were your thoughts about that game?
I'm proud of them. They scored 78 points, so they're doing a good job. Hopefully they continue to win this year and they become undefeated.
Thinking that her team will go undefeated, that's some good confidence for the men's basketball program. So secondly, who would you have to say that your favorite celebrity is out there in the media world?
I think Drake is pretty much my favorite. Yes, Drake is my favorite.
Drake, the former actor from Degrassi and also a big rapper out there in the music world. You think you could give us a little impression of Drake?
Yes, I can. Can I steal the mic? Can I have it? Thank you. Got the club going up on the Tuesday.
I'm Alex Love with the Center Court Show. We're here in the Upstate Dining Hall, and I met this guy, Tristan. Tristan, how you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing good, thanks. So we just had our Week 1 victory over Florida A&M. What are your thoughts about that game?
Pretty impressive way to start the season, scoring 78 points. Very proud of my team.
Very proud of his team showing support for Upstate. Now, the second question I want to ask is, who would you say is your favorite celebrity?
Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper. You think you could do an impression of him real quick?
I could do his ad-lib.
Now tell me, what's your favorite celebrity you'd have to say?
I'd have to say Clint Eastwood's my favorite celebrity.
Clint Eastwood, I loved him in the movie Gran Torino. That's probably my favorite of him. Could you give us an impression of him in any way?
Absolutely. Are you feeling lucky, punk?
Who's your favorite celebrity, you would say?
I don't know, maybe Jackie Chan or somebody. I really don't know, but I like Jackie Chan. He's pretty cool.
Jackie Chan, he's in a lot of cool movies. Do you think you could give us a little impression about him real quick?
Okay.
Who's your favorite celebrity, you would say?
Probably Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian. Well, could you give us an impression of her to your best knowledge?
I really don't like to eat that much.
Who would you say your favorite celebrity is out there in the media world?
My favorite's Will Ferrell by far.
Will Ferrell. You think you could do an impression of him real quick?
I'm not the greatest impersonator, but my favorite quote of his is in Talladega Nights. It's a little shake and bake. That's how you win.
Shake and bake from Will Ferrell. I'm Alex Love here. This is the Center Court Show.
All right, Coach, now it's time for us to look ahead at the upcoming games. You've got Bob Jones coming to the Hodge Center. Then you're going on the road to Orlando to take on the Central Florida Knights. This is the portion of the schedule where you go back and forth between home and away, and then you get that really good home stretch. How do you look at these games that are coming up on your schedule right now?
Well, Thursday night game is a big game because we're going to recognize and honor Dodie Anderson. And I do want to say the A&M game, the crowd was terrific. The students turned out in force, and you know, it was a good electric type of atmosphere. People were involved in the game, and we want to see hope, and we want to encourage everybody to come out and do that Thursday, because Dodie will be here, and you know, as we said before, it helps us win as well. And then we go on the road to play a very good UCF team down in Orlando. So we're just looking forward to taking it one day at a time and trying to get a little bit better each day.
Talk about getting better with a couple of games under your belt now. What's the main thing you want to see your team improve on? Are there any areas specifically that you're working on as a team right now?
Nothing that we hadn't discussed before, but, you know, being consistent in terms of rebounding the ball, taking care of the ball, spacing the floor, playing with high energy all the time. It's kind of good because we haven't had to talk a lot about playing with energy, because everybody's doing it. We're playing a lot of guys. They look at when their time on the floor is an opportunity to show what they can do. So we're getting a lot of that. Now, as we go along, you may have specific changes, but we just want to really continue to be aggressive on both ends of the floor and take the fight to our opponents and not be passive. That seems to be something that these guys have embraced, and certainly something we've been preaching. So we just want to keep doing those things and get better on every little facet of the game. Because I don't know that I've seen any major gaps in what we're doing. We just got to do them better, particularly when we play these higher level teams.
Well, those higher level teams are coming up, and another home game here on Thursday night against the Bob Jones Bruins. Come out and support the Upstate Spartans as they dive a little deeper into the 2014-2015 season.
It goes with .3 remaining, and the Hodge Center is going out of its mind.
And now it's time for our social media play of the week. This forceful block from the basketball home opener will go up against Marvin Schmiga's pivotal goal. It's your turn to decide which play will survive to next week. Your votes will be handled through Twitter. Tweet either basketball or soccer to @UpstateSpartans with the hashtag #CCTopPlay. A show full of positive moments from our first week of basketball, both on the men's and women's side, and plenty more to come. You'll want to join us next week for the next edition of Center Court, Upstate Basketball Insider.